Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, the SU Rising event to curb sexual and relationship violence is today. We are live at the event.
And SU students are camping out for the much-anticipated Duke versus SU game tomorrow. We talked to students to hear what they had to say.
And tensions in Ukraine continue today despite a ceasefire agreement on Thursday.
It's pretty frigid outside with temperatures in the single digits. Will it get any warmer this weekend? I'll let you know in my full weather forecast.
Citrus TV News Live at 6 starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6. Today is Friday, February 13th. I'm Nick Cardona.
And I'm Brian Cheung. Hendricks Chapel is currently hosting the 3rd annual SU Rising event, and that is our top story tonight. Syracuse University is hosting their 3rd annual SU Rising event at Hendricks Chapel, which is an international call to action to stop sexual and relationship violence. Citrus TV's Brittany Muller is live at Hendricks Chapel right now. Brittany, what's happening?
Hi, I'm here at Hendricks Chapel for SU Rising's 3rd annual Stop Relationship and Violence Assault. And there will be organizations performing and a candlelight vigil. Following Hendricks Chapel students will go outside and gather for the event to raise awareness for the community to gather and stop sexual assault. Here we have Caitlin Cohen from the Office of Health and Promotion. Hi, Caitlin. How has SU Rising affected you?
Well, SU Rising is an excellent opportunity for our campus to really come together and to see the combination of students all collaboratively working to stop sexual and relationship violence. I think it's just really affected me in that seeing the large amount of students that we have coming to support this event is just really impactful.
How do you think that this event impacted the campus as a whole, especially since the closing of the Advocacy Center?
I think there's a renewed interest in really looking at our campus culture and how are we impacting sexual and relationship violence, how are we putting a stop to it as a campus. And I think this really is just one piece locally that relates to the national attention that these issues are gaining, and it's a really positive thing to see students come together for this.
Yes, thank you very much, Caitlin.
Thanks.
Back to you guys in the station.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Now, I want to ask you, what other events are on dock for SU Rising?
There will be a white ribbon campaign and a violence prevention program that is happening next week.
Brittany Muller out at Hendricks Chapel. Thank you so much, Brittany. And that brings us to our question of the day. Will you be participating in any of the SU Rising events? You can answer this question by tweeting us at Citrus TV News with the hashtag CitrusQOTD.
SU is inviting the community to attend a meeting in March to work on the campus master plan. The advisory group in charge of the plan is working on the Syracuse University campus environment in its physical form and support the university's mission. The meetings take place on March 2nd in Hendricks Chapel, and you can find out more information on the Fast Forward website. And Syracuse native Milk brought down the Shine Underground last night at the 30th annual Totally Fabulous Drag Queen Preliminaries, produced by the Pride Union. Performance ratings were based on 3 factors: lip-syncing skills, coordination, and charisma. Reigning champion Daniela Dupree brought the house down with her performance and will move on to the next round. The final show will take place February 27th.
The Midnight Movie series by the Division of Student Affairs continues tonight with 2 flicks. Tonight follows Amanda and Dawson's love story with the premiere of The Best of Me. On deck for tomorrow night, the trio of Dale, Nick, and Kurt return to cause more chaos in Horrible Bosses 2. Doors open at 11:30 p.m. and the event is free, including popcorn and drinks. And the Career Center hosted a LinkedIn Live event today in Shine to help students prepare for their future careers. The event featured hourly presentations on how to use LinkedIn and how to handle profile reviews by professionals. There was also an opportunity to take professional pictures for use on the social network. This event comes after Career Week, where employers came to campus to talk to students about employment and internship opportunities.
First Data Corporation is awarding Syracuse University's Institute for Veterans and Military Families with a $7 million grant. The grant will be paid out over 7 years and will help the IMVF develop a Center for Excellence for Veteran Entrepreneurship. First Data will present a check to IMVF tomorrow evening during halftime at the SU men's basketball game versus Duke. And Syracuse University continues to observe Black History Month with a variety of events happening today and over the weekend. It starts tonight with the Black Celestial Choral Ensemble's own version of Sunday's Best, a gospel singing competition. Events continued on Saturday with Day Writers Workshop hosted by Poetic Black Fusion, and on Sunday with I Am My Neighbor's Keeping featuring Strivers Row. You can see all the events happening by looking at the CUSE Black History Month Facebook page.
This week, students have been braving the cold and camping outside for the Syracuse versus Duke men's basketball game tomorrow night. This is a Syracuse University tradition before key home games. Citrus TV reporter Jonathan Olins has more on the story and tells us why this week was different for campers.
Tomorrow, Syracuse men's basketball team will be facing off against ACC rival Duke. And in order to get better seats, Syracuse students have been camping outside of the Carrier Dome since Monday. Traditionally, those students who have season tickets for men's basketball are allowed to start camping out after the previous home game ends in front of Gate E and overflow in front of Gate D. However, for this year's Duke versus Syracuse game, the rules were changed a little to accommodate Otto's Army's trip to Pittsburgh in the cold weather. Yet despite the cold weather, Davis Hovey still decided to camp out.
At this point, it's just kind of tradition. It's something that I enjoy doing, especially with my friends. And, after last year's Duke game, we felt like this would still be a big game, maybe not as competitive, but it was worth camping out.
For Cynthia Poirier, the camping out conditions have not been as bad as they could be.
Honestly, we knew it was going to be cold, but it's not as bad just because there's no wind up down here. Inside your tent, there's body heat from people constantly being in the tent for 24 hours.
Even though Poirier, Hovey, and others decided to camp out and brave the cold, the executive board of Otto's Army decided to alter the camping hours, postponing the start of this camp out until Monday of this past week because of the snowstorm, and suspending the camp out from yesterday evening until moving it inside earlier today because of the low temperatures last night. And as far as the game goes, according to Syracuse Athletics, the game has sold out for the second consecutive year. Jonathan Olins, Citrus TV News.
All right, coming up next, the Oregon governor has resigned after ethical investigations.
And the Ukraine and Russian conflict continue today after the ceasefire agreement. We'll be right back.
Feels more like 10 below. That's pretty cold, but it could get even colder this weekend. Citrus TV News will be right back.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back. As many as 2/3 of Alabama's counties are still refusing to issue marriage licenses despite federal ruling from the Supreme Court. Alabama Chief Justice Roy Moore, who vehemently opposes gay marriage, advised local officials to not issue licenses, and many officers didn't open their doors. The U.S. District Judge ordered yesterday that all counties must give out the licenses, regardless of opposing views on the issue. Moore has made no comment after yesterday's order. And a Texas police officer testified Thursday in former Marine Eddie Ralph's trial for the murder of American sniper Chris Kyle. Texas Ranger Michael Addick states that Ralph claimed he had taken a couple souls and had more to take. Kyle had taken Ralph to the shooting range as a favor to his mother, concerned with his son's PTSD, and was found shot to death hours later. Ralph currently pleads not guilty by reason of insanity. And Oregon Governor John Kitzhaber announced his resignation on Friday after 2 investigations of ethical breaches. The governor faces allegations that his fiancée used their relationship to win contracts for her business and another for not filing their taxes. Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum began the investigation on the governor on Monday, and Kitzhaber had made it clear that he wasn't resigning. After pressures from the Oregon House of Representatives, Kitzhaber submitted his letter of resignation to Secretary of State Kate Brown.
American troops are safe after ISIS militants launched a suicide attack on a key base in western Iraq. Officials say 20 to 25 ISIS fighters led by suicide bombers attempted to attack the base where U.S. forces were training Iraqi troops. Most of the ISIS fighters died in the attack, with no U.S. or Iraqi government forces killed or wounded. ISIS fighters recently took control of a nearby town, marking a significant territorial advance for the militant group. At least 25 people have been killed in Ukraine only a day after Russia and Ukraine established a ceasefire agreement. Rockets and mortars continued to land in the government strongholds of Donetsk and Luhansk. Leaders were in Belarus on Thursday and agreed on a ceasefire that begins on Sunday. President Poroshenko visited a Ukrainian military base and shares that they are still a very long way from peace.
Talks between Greece and other Eurozone officials begin today. Issues to be discussed include significant reforms needed for Greece to stay financially afloat. This mainly refers to the extension of the country's bailout program, which runs out at the end of February. This extension is necessary to ensure conditions official financing, as market borrowing is currently too expensive for Greece. And conservationists have tried to rescue more than 170 whales stranded on a New Zealand beach. The whales are stuck on a thin strip of land on the South Island. According to the department's services manager, refloating the whales is both dangerous and difficult. The department says 24 of the stranded whales have already died.
Several people have died after Boko Haram attacked a village in Chad. A local chief, 2 police officers, and 3 civilians were killed after the militants attacked a fleeing vehicle. The country's military did manage to push the group back across the border. According to officials, this is the first known lethal attack in that country by the group. 19 people are dead and 60 injured after the Taliban attacked a mosque during Friday prayer in Pakistan. 7 bombs blasted through the service, which had over 1,000 people in it. Security forces were sent to the site this evening. The attack was the deadliest in the country so far this year. It would be an understatement to say that it was freezing cold today, as temperatures only got into the single digits. Citrus TV's Josh Bazan has our full weather forecast.
Thank you, Brian. That's right. It was very cold, but it was a beautiful sunny day in Syracuse and across central New York. It's just a shame that we couldn't truly enjoy the weather. Right now outside, it's 6 degrees, single digits like you said, but it feels more like 10 below with that wind. It's partly cloudy. And taking a look at temperatures across the region, as you can see, it's a little warmer in the Great Lakes. Michigan, 15 degrees, Detroit, 19. But across New York State, it's all single digits. It's all very cold. Tonight's conditions is a 50% chance of snow showers, but those shouldn't come until later in the evening, probably after midnight, closer to 2 a.m. It's going to get to about 2 degrees below zero. That's going to be at 8 o'clock. It should warm up as we go further into the evening. It should reach about 10 degrees. This is taking a look at the radar right now. This is a low-pressure system over the Great Lakes, and what that's going to do is it's going to push some snow into Syracuse and across central New York. That's going to hit us late tonight. Those are the snow showers that are coming in, but it's going to stick with us across Saturday. There's also an Arctic cold front that you can't see on the radar. That's going to come through Saturday evening. It's going to bring it's going to bring frigid temperatures. It's also going to bring some extra snow with it and a lot of wind. This is wind chill alerts for the region. These are the counties in New York right here that are affected by the wind chill alert. If you have to step outside, make sure you cover up any exposed skin and try and limit any time you're going to be outside. Traffic right now, nothing to worry about in Syracuse. It's pretty normal, nothing too bad, but we are getting reports in from Oswego. Roads around the city and out towards Mexico, those are going to be icy, so if you're driving up that way, be careful if you have to hit the roads. Moving on to the 5-day forecast. Tonight, there's going to be some late snow showers. Saturday, there's going to be morning snow showers. That's going to get even steadier later into the day. There's a high of the 20s tomorrow, but with the wind, it's still going to be very cold. The wind chill is going to bring it down into the single digits. Sunday, it's going to be very cold. That's when that wind's going to start really picking up. The wind chill on Sunday, you could feel 25 to 30 below zero. So if you have to step outside, please cover up. It's going to be very dangerous. And into the evening, it's going to be 30 below. So once again, that's very cold. Monday, it's going to be cold with some sun and clouds. And Tuesday, there's a 30% chance of snow flurries. But we should finally start getting a little break from that cold.
All right, Josh Bazan, thanks so much. Coming up next, consumer confidence has decreased in this past month.
And the most anticipated movie of the year so far is now out in theaters. Find out how it did in the box offices after the break.
Start with a reading.
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
Oh.
Let me try.
I'm going to unplug my...
Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back. The FDA has approved Japan's Ayasi's drug to treat the most common form of thyroid cancer. It has been approved about 2 months ahead of the review date, which was April 14th.
The drug will be sold in the United States by a unit of Tokyo-based Ayasi. Almost 63,000 Americans were diagnosed with thyroid cancer last year. In trade news, U.S. import prices fell by 2.8% in January, their biggest drop in 6 years, adding on to this declining trend over the past 7 months.
Now, the cost of oil has been dropping alongside import costs. They have plunged nearly 60% since June. Falling prices for both import prices and oil have been a bonus for American consumers. And consumer confidence has declined for the first time in 7 months. Americans are less optimistic in the economy because gas prices have increased.
A New York economist says he does not think this is the beginning of a downtrend, especially since gas prices are still low. It's getting a little hot in here and in the box offices. The 50 Shades of Grey movie is already a box office hit. The film earned $8.6 million Thursday, making it the second largest Thursday opening and the highest earning gross in February.
Now, box office observers predict that the film could earn up to $75 million by the end of the weekend. Early reviews of the film are particularly negative. However, fans of the book series are already getting their fill of Christian Grey. And an unexpected album from rapper Drake surprised fans Thursday evening. If you're reading this, it's too late. Features 17 tracks, including collaborations with artists such as Lil Wayne and Party Next Door.
Billboard reports Drake's album could be his 4th at the #1 spot. Surprise album releases have become a common new trend since Beyoncé released hers in 2013.
Coming up on sports, we'll preview 2 great rivalries this weekend for the Orange, and we'll also tell you what Carmelo plans to do the rest of the NBA season. Stay tuned.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness, I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
This was a sight last season as the Duke Blue Devils took on the Orange in the Carrier Dome. The Orange entered that matchup 25-0 on the season, but would go down to Durham and take a tough loss, 66-60. To that point, they would only be that would only be their second season loss. This season, the Orange have struggled to only win 16 games, currently sitting at 16-8 and 7-4 in ACC conference play. Orange guard Trevor Cooney expressed his feelings about the infamous Duke rivalry and his stance on two of the best college basketball programs in the country, going head-to-head.
Definitely. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. Two great programs, two great coaches, great players. I mean, it has a recipe for a great rivalry.
The Orange took on the Miami Hurricanes in their most recent ACC matchup. Let's see how they fared. Brianna Butler goes up and hits a shot from downtown. Going back on defense, Serena McGuire makes a jumper. Josiah Williams comes back and is assisted by Serena McGuire as she makes the layup, making the score 37-28 Miami. Serena McGuire would then go up and make a three-pointer by Jessica Thomas. The Miami Hurricanes would win 85-71. The Orange are set to take on Cornell this Saturday in one of the longest-standing college rivalries. Citrus TV's Seth Quam will tell us more about why this game means so much to the Orange lacrosse head coach Desco.
One of the longest-running rivalries in college lacrosse reaches a landmark this Sunday in the Dome. Syracuse and Cornell face off for the 100th time. The Orange has won 63 of those contests. Coach John Desco is looking back to last year's matchup to strategize for Sunday.
We won the game last year. Whether they decide to go with the same defensive package or not remains to be seen, and that's our job as coaches to watch that, especially early in the game. To see what they're doing and make adjustments. And they also threw a fair amount of zone defense against us last year, so we've got to make sure that our zone offense is ready to go.
Coach Desco is approaching a milestone of his own. A win over Cornell would be his 200th win as a coach, joining just 8 other active coaches in Division I. Despite the big game, Desco is just focused on preparing the team for a tough matchup.
We'll see. They got a very good returning team. They've been comfortable in the Carrier Dome, so we've got to come ready to play.
Switching sides to the women's lacrosse team, the Orange are set to take on the Canisius Griffins and Presbyterian this Sunday in the Dome in their first season doubleheader. The Orange are coming off a 21-13 win against the Griffins and currently sit at 2-0 in the season. The NBA's 2015 All-Star Weekend is set to begin tonight with the annual NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, followed by the Rising Star Challenge Game. The weekend's events include the Skills Challenge, 3-point contest, Slam Dunk contest, fashion show, and the 63rd annual NBA All-Star Game. Knicks small forward Carmelo Anthony is not making headlines for what he's known for, which is being out on the court. Anthony is set to coach the NBA All-Star Game this evening following an announcement made by the small forward this weekend that he has finished playing for the rest of the season. Anthony has played in 40 of the Knicks' 53 games this season.
Thank you so much. Now, this big Duke matchup tomorrow, what's it going to take down this very good team?
To be honest, Duke's offense just is too powerful, but if the Orange can get some stops on defense, they have a fighting chance. So
now, what are the players saying about this postseason ban? Is that going to affect their mentality going into this Duke game? Do you think? What do you think?
I think based on how the way that Coach Boeheim is treating this, he's treating this as a regular season. He's trying to win out the rest of their games. So I think that their focus right now is just trying to win out the rest. So we'll have to see, though.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Welcome back, everybody. We have Josh Bazan back for the Wake Up Weather. What are we wearing tomorrow, Josh?
Well, the temperatures in the morning is going to be in the teens, but that wind's going to make it feel more like the single digits. So bundle up, wear a scarf, hat, gloves. Couple coats.
Any precipitation in the forecast?
Yeah, tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to have snow showers in the morning, and as it goes further into the day, they're going to get steadier. It's going to be more snow. We should see a couple inches of accumulation tomorrow.
Thanks, Josh. So, Nick, what are you going to get your favorite co-anchor for Valentine's Day?
Well, I was thinking of chocolate and roses. It's a classic move, but I think I'm going to go with a special gift from the Bronx Zoo that you mentioned to me today.
That's right. The zoo is bringing back its Name a Roach program for Valentine's Day, where you can name a roach, Madagascar hissing roach, after your partner.
Now, it costs $10 and comes with a certificate and a lot of love. So I don't know if, I think I'm going to name my roach Brian. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know. I try. All right. Well, that is all for this Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Nick Cardona.
And I'm Brian Cheung. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and make sure to answer our question of the day. Have a great weekend, Syracuse.